Moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. There's no discharge in the war.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Shepherd's Pie. I'm David.
And I'm Tommy.
So we're coming back, another episode of Bible Talk. We left off Exodus chapter 6. We had covered the story of, well, it kind of picks up with what happens to the tribe of Israel, the sons of Jacob, and how they proliferate over the years. And new Pharaoh comes about, and the Israelites aren't treated as favorably anymore. In fact, they're treated rather poorly. And so Moses was sent down the stream as a baby, found by Pharaoh's daughter, raised as royalty, but still known as an Israelite, as a Hebrew. So he saw one of his brethren being mistreated, and he slew an Egyptian. And after that, he had to book it. He left. He was out of Egypt. And
He fled.
After some time of being out of Egypt, the Lord pressed him. He came to him in the form of a burning bush, and he said, "This is what you got to do for me. I hear the cries of my people, the children of Israel in Egypt. They're wailing. Their souls cry out to me, and you're my man. You're on the task."
Yep.
And Moses gives him a lot of shit. He's like, but God's like,
Yeah,
no,
he's
nope.
so fearful. He's so fearful.
And God's got all the answers. And that's where we're
And
picking
he ends
up.
he ends up making God very angry to the point of wanting to kill Moses.
Yeah.
In an inn.
Yeah, there's a weird little 2 lines where he comes to kill him. And
And then all of a sudden he has to cut his boy's little skin off, and the wife is not happy.
The wife is not happy about it.
Not happy about that.
She says
to
he's
say
a
the least.
he's a bloody husband now.
You're a bloody husband unto me. Yeah, we got a glimpse into the domestic life of Moses in those couple of lines. And it seems pretty, seems like the wife might be fed up with his shenanigans at times,
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we should have just kept going through 7 and stopped at 8, because this is like in the middle of a thing. I feel like we should even pick up a couple verses before.
So I've been watching the Chosen on
Good show.
Usually before night, before bed at night, and there's a episode that I'm in. I think it's at the end of season 1, and the Chosen is doing the Gospels. It's the Gospels story interpretation, and kind of historically demonstrated as well, a lot of the things that happened during the Gospels time. Anyway, in the beginning of one of the episodes, it flashes back to Moses making the staff with the bronze snake, the serpent that
Does Moses
God ends
make
up
it?
telling him to do.
Does he make it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. At least that's what it was shown in
I thought it was given to him.
The Chosen.
Yeah, watch out for that shit, because sometimes they take liberty to change it and make it, Hollywoodize it. But
That's Angel Studios, but
yeah, I know.
it's freaking. It was kind of cool seeing him do it, because he had one of his sons that was questioning him. All the people outside were getting sick and stuff, and his son was questioning him, and he's like, "You gotta have faith." He's like, "That's the whole thing. It's how this works. You gotta
Right.
have faith. The Lord told me that this will heal people, and it's gonna heal people.
Yeah.
And the son's like, I just don't understand. And that's like a constant theme when Jesus comes around and like when God is at play. It's like logical people and the even the Pharisees, because they have like all the laws and stuff. And when they see someone perform a miracle right in front of their eyes, like healing the sick or healing the crippled, the paralyzed,
Yep.
it's almost like they can't even accept it, and it's because
It
they're
must be
so stuck in
demonic
the law.
trickery. It must be demonic trickery because God wouldn't come here in the flesh and do that.
Yeah,
God wouldn't
it's
sully himself as a man.
the way that the Pharisees back in the day were thinking of it is it's like God can't be a man.
Right.
They're like God is God, and so anybody who's doing anything of the nature and calling themselves God is a heretic,
Well,
and
and that's
they're a
Pharaoh, man.
charlatan.
That's Pharaoh because the Egyptians are
Yep.
like, hey, we just want to go out and worship our God. And he's like, you need more work. Like, you must
Yeah.
have too much time on your hands if you want to go worship your God. So,
Yep.
more work. And then Moses is like, no, actually, like, our God is to be respected. Like,
He's calling
he's
us
the
to do
most
this.
powerful God. He's the highest God. And they got dozens. So they're like, psh, what about your God? Who cares about your God? Miracle, miracle, miracle. And they're like trying to keep up with it with their magicians, their magic. They are, they do snakes. They do the,
Yeah.
what was the other one they did? The blood in the water. Like they were trying to keep up with Moses, and eventually just gets to a point where they have to acknowledge God's power. And
Yeah.
the same with the Pharisees.
When all the firstborns just start dropping
Yeah.
and they're just screaming
All
in the
right.
middle of the night.
Spoilers. Who knows how far we're getting today?
Yeah. Yeah.
All
It's
right.
all right.
Exodus 7. And the Lord said unto Moses, See, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and multiply my signs of my wonders on the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt, and bring forth mine armies, and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt, by great judgments. I hate to cut off God, but that right there is a very good reason for all the hardship in the world. People always ask, why would God allow such things to happen? Well, God hardens the hearts of some people and like uses them to show his works and his glory in the world. So maybe we have to be witness to such evil. Maybe we have to have some people that are away from God so that we can see God's glory. And that doesn't, we aren't the ones to judge. Maybe God has a special place for them. The Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord when I stretch forth mine hand upon Egypt and bring out the children of Israel from among them. And Moses and Aaron did as the Lord commanded them, so did they. And Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old, when they spake unto Pharaoh. So 60 and 63.
No, fourscore is
80.
8.
80 and 83. They were old.
Yeah.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, When Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, Show a miracle for you, then thou shalt say unto Aaron, Take thy rod, and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. And Moses and Aaron went unto Pharaoh, and they did so as Lord commanded, and Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh, and before his servant, and it became a serpent. When Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers, now the magicians of Egypt, they also did in like manner with the enchantments. So the magicians, says right here, magicians, and
Yep.
I've heard scholarly gentlemen, except that there is magic in the past because of verses like this. Like, they had magicians. Maybe it was trickery, whatever. But how else are you going to turn a rod into a snake? Do you think they had Houdinis
Yep.
back in Egyptian days? I think they
They
had
had they
actual
had
magicians.
some type of magic going on. It's I feel like because of all the like public sacrifice and stuff, and maybe also with the Nephilim type deal going on, where we have, I mean, it even says that there's giants in the not too distant future from what we're reading right now. But yeah, there was definitely stuff going on then, and I think that I think that the serpent thing is weird, right? Like the fact that the rod becomes a serpent. It's almost like, why would you choose a serpent to show like your power to like Pharaoh? Like cast down your rod and it becomes a snake. I'm trying to
So
figure that out. It kind of
I've
spoke to me in a weird way
I've
that
heard
it's a
something.
snake,
I've heard something that a lot of the miracles are to mock the Egyptian gods.
right?
Like
That's what I was almost thinking is
each,
something along those
but like I'm
lines.
not familiar with a snake god from Egyptian mythology. If you want to look into that real quick while I continue.
Yeah, yeah.
For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. So the snake that God made was more powerful than the snakes that they were able to make. And he hardened Pharaoh's heart. He is God. God hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh's heart is hardened. He refuseth to let the people go. Get thee unto Pharaoh in the morning. Lo, he goeth out unto the water, and thou shalt stand by the river's brink against he come. And the rod which has turned into a serpent shalt thou take in thy hand, and thou shalt say unto him, The Lord God of the Hebrews hath sent me unto thee, saying, Let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto thou wilt not hear. Thus saith the Lord, In this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Take thy rod, and stretch out thine hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon their pools of water, that they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And Moses and Aaron did so as the Lord commanded, and he lifted up the rod and smote the waters that were in the river in the sight of Pharaoh, and in the sight of his servants, and all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. And the fish that were in the river died, and the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river, and there was blood throughout all of the land of Egypt. And the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened. So, there's no way the Egyptians also made blood throughout the whole land. Like, they may have been able to replicate a small amount of water, but God even said all the water was turning to blood. So where would they even get water to turn to blood?
They were probably performing other types of miracle, like not miracles, but magics.
Yeah.
Creating blood out of things, right? Like trying to just say, like, hey, we can do this too.
Right.
You see, we're powerful like the Hebrews, because this stuff was going on for all of Egypt to see. So really the magicians were trying to save face, because this is also a public spectacle for all of the people, and the Pharisees there, the pharaohs and their magic people are trying to keep control and keep people under their thinking that, hey, our gods, right? Our gods are the ones, right? Like, look at us. Our priests and our magic folk can do all sorts of things that these guys are doing. So
Right.
don't run over with the Hebrews. Don't try to side with the Hebrews on this, because you see what their god's doing. Like, we can do the same shit.
Did you find a snake god?
Yeah, I found
Because like
three
the
of them.
Egyptians always had the snake on their headdress, so
Yep.
that's a
And
thing.
usually that was the cobra. And the cobra is Wadjet, the cobra goddess of royalty. And she is the cobra goddess and protector of Lower Egypt. Her role is she is the symbol of royalty and is depicted as the Uraeus, rearing cobra on the crowns of pharaohs, often called the living crown. Unlike Apophis, which is another snake god, Wadjet is protective deity associated with renewal and the safety of the king, and is also linked to the Eye of Ra.
So it is
in this
basically a
aspect,
threat to the king. It's saying your protection
Yeah.
is nothing.
Not just that, it's also saying that, like, if other people are seeing that Moses is casting down his rod and it's becoming a snake, they can see that as Moses wielding the power of Wadjet. And basically, it's saying that he's the king. That snake is protecting him. So who's the real king here?
Right.
The real king is the one who can make a snake appear out of a staff.
Yeah, and his snake eats everybody else's.
Yep. And then Apophis, which was just discussed in the description of Wadjet, is known as Apep in the ancient and is the ancient Egyptian deity of chaos, darkness, and fire. He is depicted as a giant serpent or snake and serves as the primary antagonist to Ra, the sun god. So in Egyptian mythology, Ra goes to the underworld to when the sun goes down, because they believed that when the sun went down, that it was going into the underworld, and it had to make its journey through the underworld. And Ra would go down into the underworld and do battle against Apophis, because Apophis is trying to eat the sun. And every single night, Apophis is down there in the underworld eating the sun, trying to eat the sun, and Ra has to do battle with Apophis. And if Ra wins, then the sun rises again. And Ra usually always wins, right? In Egyptian mythology and whatnot.
Yeah, of course.
But his attributes, 16 yards in length, whatever. And then we have another one more primary snake god, which is Neheb Cow, the primordial funerary god. And it was a primordial snake god who evolved from a feared spirit into a benevolent funerary deity. He acts as a judge among the 42 ancestors of Ma'at, protecting the deceased and providing them with Ka, life force, and sustenance in the afterlife. So it's kind of like
I think it was the first one. I think it was the protection
these
god.
three. Yeah. But the fact that there's three is crazy, right? Because it's like you get that three number that happens with Christianity as well, with Father, Son, Holy Spirit, the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, I guess.
And for like them having three snake gods, it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild.
Female, two male.
And these guys were all thinking super symbolically. Like, we've talked about this in past episodes where they had hieroglyphs. They were speaking in like a very symbolic, pictographic manner, like with their writing. So they see things as symbols. They see things going on in the world, like Moses casting down his staff and it becoming a serpent. They're looking into that like schizophrenics, panicked schizophrenics. They're like, snakes. What do we got with snakes, guys?
Well,
all right,
and then,
we got prophets. We got Nebuchadnezzar,
and then literally the next day, all of the water turns to blood, and they worship a god of the Nile. So now
They were panicked.
they have power over, or now God has power over the Nile, the Hebrew gods.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're like, whoa, what? What do you mean?
This made Egypt, they had to have been absolutely writhing because of this. They're like, this is unprecedented shit.
But
Like,
Pharaoh
what do we
hardened,
do?
or God hardened
Yep.
Pharaoh's heart.
Are
And
we on 8 now?
23. And God turned and went into his house, neither did he set his heart to this also. And all the Egyptians dig round about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink the water of the river. And 7 days were fulfilled after that the Lord smitten the river. So I think 7 days of blood they had to endure.
Yep. In the river, that river was contaminated. They couldn't even drink from it. That's insane.
Yeah, that is crazy. Exodus 8. And there is record of it, because you can go and dig through the sand on the beds of the river, and there's like iron deposit. There's like a layer of iron deposit that they hypothesize would have been from this event. Because
Yeah,
7
that's
days of blood in the
freaking
water,
nuts.
you'd have evidence of it, and there's evidence of it.
Like, how did you even do that as like a say you were trying to have some type of angle, like, oh well, maybe what did they do? Dump iron rich clay at the mouth of the river for 7 days? Like, they had like a group of Hebrews that had like
Something, yeah.
caravans worth of freaking iron sand that they dumped into the river to make this like illusion.
I don't know
Like,
what
no,
the alternate excuse would be.
it would definitely not be that.
Especially
It's
when
like
we
impossible.
have a narrative to suggest that this is what it is.
Exactly.
Chapter 8. And Lord spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs. And they have a frog god as well.
Yes, they do.
I think it's a fertility god. So now we're suggesting that, the fruit of your loins might be messed with. And
We got Heket.
yeah.
Heket was a goddess of fertility, birth, and resurrection. She was believed to breathe life into the bodies created by the god Khnum. Symbolism is frogs, represented in abundance and new life due to their sudden appearance after the annual flooding of the Nile. So it's like the Nile was stricken with blood, and now we have coming from the Nile, we have Heket. They were probably petitioning Heket after the Nile got stricken with blood.
Mm-hmm.
They were probably trying to petition Heket to come in, clean up the Nile, do battle against the Hebrew god, and God's like, "Oh, this Heket, this frog, are you kidding me? A frog freaking goddess? All right, well, I'm gonna flood your whole area with frogs now." And it's not going to be a good thing. It's going to be a bad thing. Like, it's going to be so many frogs that you're going to be faced with the fact that, like, your frog god is a problem. Like, it's not legit. It's I have the power here.
And the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into thine house, and into thine bedchamber, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine ovens, and into thy kneading troughs. And the frogs shall come up both on thee, and upon thy people, and upon all thy servants. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Stretch forth thine hand with thine rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments, and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron, and said, Entreat the Lord, that he may take away the frogs from me, and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto the Lord. And Moses said unto Pharaoh, Glory over me, when shall I entreat for thee, and for thy servants, and for thy people, to destroy the frogs from thee and thy house, that they may remain in thy river only? And he said, Tomorrow. And he said, Be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto the Lord our God. And the frogs shall depart from thee, and from thy houses, and from thy servants, and from thy people. They shall remain in the river only. And Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried out unto the Lord because of the frogs which he had brought unto Pharaoh against Pharaoh. And the Lord did according to the words of Moses, and the frogs died out of the houses, out of the villages, and out of the fields. And they gathered them together upon heaps, and the land stank. But when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart, and hearkened not unto them, and the Lord had said, as the Lord had said. And the Lord said unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Stretch out thy rod, and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so, and Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod, and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beast, and all the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt.
Oh.
I don't know what lice would be.
It's like sand fleas.
Oh,
or
no.
like
I know what lice is. I'm saying like an Egyptian god that would correspond with lice.
It came out of the dust, and we have a precedent for a god of the earth in ancient Egypt known as Geb. And Geb was the ancient Egyptian god of the earth, serving as the physical support of the world and a central figure in the Heliopolitan creation myth. He was a member of the Aeneid of Heliopolis and held the title of the third divine ruler of the gods. The third divine ruler.
Okay.
And it's the third freaking sign.
Right.
Dude, I'm telling you, the way this stuff works.
This is the fourth. We had snake, rod, blood in the river, frogs, and now this. The lice.
Oh, yeah.
The lice from the dust. So this is fourth. But
the snake rod though wasn't like a mass.
Yeah,
thing.
You're right.
Like he showed the Pharaoh like, hey, this is what we're working with here.
Right.
And then all of a sudden all the stuff like spreading across Egypt.
This is the third mass plague, you're right. So
Yeah.
it does correspond there with the threes. So you're saying it's not the lice, it's just the fact that it's coming from the earth that...
Yeah, the dust. Like Geb himself.
Yeah, the lice is a threat to say your earth isn't even safe. Like,
yes.
Festered with lice. Oh no, I totally forgot where I was. Then the magician said unto Pharaoh, This is the finger of God, and Pharaoh's heart... Oh, nope, the pharaohs tried to do it. Became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So there were lice upon man and upon beast. So the magicians tried to do the lice thing, and this was the first one where they couldn't do it. Then the magician said unto Pharaoh, This is the finger of God. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. And the Lord said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine houses, and the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground whereon they are. And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there, to the end thou mayest know that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be. And the Lord did so, and there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into the servants' houses, and unto all the land of Egypt. The land was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies. And the Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron, and said, Go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land. And Moses said, It is not meet so to do, for we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians to the Lord our God. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes, and will they not stone us? Is the detestable thing. So Moses said, it is not meet, it is not fitting to do so. So now that Pharaoh is saying, go and do your sacrifice to your God, Moses is saying, no, we can't do it. It's not fit to do so, because we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians. We shall sacrifice the detestable things of the Egyptians to the Lord our God. Lo, shall we sacrifice the detestable things of the Egyptians before their eyes? And will they not stone us, kill us? What is this detestable thing that they're sacrificing to God that the Egyptians would kill them for sacrificing? This passage trips me up.
That's odd.
Cause for pause. We will go.
Capri. Capri. You've heard of Capri before.
Yeah, Capri's the beetle.
Yes, he's traditionally kind of associated and paired up with scarab beetles, but in some depictions, he has a fly's head. He carries the head of a fly, and Capri is the ancient Egyptian deity primarily associated with the rising sun, creation, and rebirth. And it's like transformation type deal, and he's traditionally represented by the scarab beetle, but he does have depictions with a fly's head.
Okay,
So
I
it's
never knew
a
that.
little strange. It could be a reach as far as like connecting Capri to the.
I'll accept that crossover. Excuse me.
I don't really see the super connection like I did with the other ones, but
that's all right.
Yeah, just something to note.
Yep. We will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to the Lord our God as he shall command us. And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that ye may sacrifice to the Lord your God in the wilderness. Only ye shall not go very far away. Entreat for me. And Moses said, Behold, I will go out from thee, and I will entreat the Lord that the swarm of flies may depart from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people tomorrow. But let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully any more in not letting the people go to sacrifice to the Lord. And Moses went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord. And Lord did according to the word of Moses. And he removed the swarms of flies from Pharaoh, from his servants, from his people. There remained not one. And Pharaoh hardened his heart at this time also, neither would he let the people go. Bitch.
Literally.
It's because of God, though.
Yeah.
Chapter 9. Then God said unto Moses, Go into Pharaoh and tell him, Thus saith the Lord of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For if thou refuse to let them go, and wilt hold them still, behold, the hand of the Lord is upon thy cattle, which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, and upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous severe pestilence. And the Lord shall sever between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt, and there shall nothing die of that is the children of Israel. And the Lord appointed a set time, saying, Tomorrow the Lord shall do this thing to the land. And the Lord did that thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died, but the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. And Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one of the cattle of Israelites dead. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. And the Lord said unto Moses and unto Aaron, Take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it toward the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh. And it shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth with blains, or blisters, boils, upon man and upon beast throughout all the land of Egypt. And they took the ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it toward heaven, and it became a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beasts. I skipped one. So what is the god that would go along with the cattle
Cattle.
pestilence?
Hathor. So Hathor is the primary cow goddess associated with cattle in Egypt. She was revered as a maternal figure, the goddess of fertility, love, and joy, and was often depicted as a cow, or a cow headed woman, or a woman wearing a headdress of cow horns and a sun disk. Her name translates to House of Horus. And she was considered the divine nurse and mother of the king. So, other deities linked to cattle include Hiset, which was a manifestation of Hathor, who provided milk to humanity and the pharaoh. So it seems like going after the cattle here and doing this battle against Hathor. That's kind of how I see these like mass plagues and demonstrations for all of Egypt and the Pharaoh and the Hebrews. It's our God doing battle against the entire pantheon of Egypt.
Yeah.
And it's like just in real time you get to see
Just
the
knocking them out
effects
one
of
after another.
battle. Yeah. This is so like their spirit, they're obviously their God in lowercase g gods fighting it out in the spirit, and the manifestations of that in the third dimensional plane are cattle plagues, swarms of flies, frogs, and heaping bodies and piles of dead frogs, because frogs are a rebirth symbolism.
Yeah.
So when all those frogs died like that in front of everybody and stunk up the land, it's like a visceral uh message that your frog god, your fertility god of the Nile, is nothing, is dead, defeated.
Right.
And I mean that's just what it feels like with all of these.
Yeah.
Is
Death.
war.
Because
And
they're
just absolutely killing them.
yeah, they're all things that could kill. Like the lice can carry disease, all these boils and pestilence.
Yeah,
and
the boils is nuts.
the unclean drinking water. Like all these things could kill you back in the day.
So the boils, I want to kind of look into that and like see if there's either like a
Yeah.
god of healing
Yeah,
or something.
I got a little bit more. You can keep
Yeah,
looking
you
on the
do your
boils.
thing.
And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boil was upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians. And the Lord hearkened to the heart of the Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had spoken unto Moses. And the Lord said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord our God of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thine heart, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. So that statement right there shows that he is doing war against these gods. There is none like him.
Yeah.
For now I will stretch out my hand, that I might smite thee and thy people with pestilence, and thou shalt be cut off from the earth. And in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth.
So that I found the god for the pestilence and for like healing. It's kind of tied together in one god called Sekhmet. And it's the Egyptian deity most prominently associated with both pestilence and healing. Her name means she who is powerful, or the one who loves Ma'at, which I guess Ma'at is another god. But the dual nature, known as the Lady of Pestilence, who sent plagues, but also the Lady of Life and the patron of physicians, who could cure disease, which is just freaking nuts. And priests of Sekhmet were skilled doctors. Her festival involved music and wine to appease her wrath. So it's like went and did battle against the frickin' goddess of curing diseases and of pestilence itself. It's kind of amazing, man. It's kind of
Right.
amazing.
Oh shit, where was I? I keep moving my hand, and then I lose where
Oh
I am.
no. Yeah, because whenever I'm looking stuff up, I'm not following along other than listening.
The magicians could not. Lord hardened their hearts. The Lord speaks, none like me. For now, 15. For now I will stretch out my hand, that I may smite thee and thy people with pestilence, and thou shalt be cut off from the earth. And in very deed, for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, and that my name be declared throughout all the earth. So that, I wanted to say, is why God is hardening Pharaoh's heart. That's why there are some evil people in the world, is because God's name shall be declared throughout all the earth. And you need to have opposition to be able to show the power. We can't have good without evil. As yet exalts thou As yet exalts thou thyself against my people, that thou wilt not let them go. Behold, tomorrow, about this time, I will cause it to rain a very grievous hail, such as hath not been in Egypt since the foundation thereof until now. Send there now, and gather thy cattle and all that thou hast in the field, for upon every man and beast which shall be bound in the field, and shall not be brought home, the hail shall come down upon them, and they shall die. And that feared the word, he that feared the word of the Lord among the servants of Pharaoh made his servants and his cattle flee into the houses. And he that regarded not the word of the Lord left his servants and his cattle in the field. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch forth thine hand toward heaven, that there may be hail in all the land, that there may, retarded. Stretch forth thine hand toward heaven, that there may be hail in all the land of Egypt, upon man and upon beast, and upon every herb of the field throughout the land of Egypt. And Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and the Lord sent thunder and hail, and the fire ran along upon the ground, and the Lord rained hail upon the land of Egypt. So there was hail and fire mingled with the hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Egypt, since it became a nation.
Tefnut.
What's that?
Tefnut is the
Explain.
goddess, the ancient Egyptian deity associated with moisture, rain, dew, and humid air. While she's not typically described as a god of hail, her domain over the atmospheric water and weather phenomena makes her the relevant figure for rain-related inquiries. So there we go. She's her identity is she is a lioness deity, often depicted as a woman with a lioness head or a lioness wearing a sun disk, with a cobra on the crown. Her role is part of the Ennead of Heliopolis. She was sometimes identified as the Eye of Ra, capable of destructive heat or giving life-giving rain. So, like, the fire mingling with the rain is kind of
very
also
symbolic of her shtick.
Major cult centers were in Heliopolis and Leonopolis, where she was worshipped as a lioness. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I mean, that's pretty spot on.
Yep.
And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, all that was in the field, both man and beast, and the hail smote every herb of the field, and brake every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, was there no hail. And Pharaoh sent and called for Moses and Aaron, and said unto them, I have sinned this time. The Lord is righteous, and I and my people are wicked. Entreat the Lord, for it is enough that there be no more mighty thunderings and hail, and I will let you go, and ye shall stay no longer. And Moses said unto him, As soon as I am gone out unto the city, I will spread abroad my hands unto the Lord, and the thunder shall cease. Neither shall there be any more hail, that thou mayest know that the earth is the Lord's. But as for thee and thy servants, I know that ye will not yet fear the Lord God. Excuse me. And the flax and the barley was smitten, for the barley was in the ear, and the flax was boiled. I want to know what that means. But
For the flax and the barley was smitten, for the barley was in the ear, and the flax was bald. What the heck does that mean? Is that talking about like wine or like beer even? Like barley is like used
no,
for
it's saying
brewing and stuff, and
it's like, I know you don't fear the Lord. You don't have any reverence for the Lord because like the hail came and your flax was destroyed, like your flax and your barley was destroyed by the hail and boiled in the fire, the rain.
oh, okay.
But the wheat and the rye were not smitten, for they were not grown up. And Moses, I don't know. And Moses went out of this. It seems like it's a metaphor to me,
It does.
I'm not understanding.
Me either.
And
It's like too convoluted in this like ye olde English type
Right.
of fashion that it's put out for us, but I don't know.
And Moses went out of the city from Pharaoh and spread abroad his hands unto the Lord, and the thunders and hail ceased, and the rain was not poured upon the earth. And when Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunder were ceased, he sinned yet more and hardened his heart, he and his servants. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, neither would he let the children of Israel go, as the Lord had spoken by Moses.
Wow. Yeah, he's just absolutely he's it's almost like challenge accepted. You know what I'm saying? Like, he sees what's happening. He knows that there's war going on, and he sees the damage that's being done to Egypt and to himself and his like not government, but like his rule.
Yeah.
And even his magi, they're like, man, we can't keep up with this.
Well, no,
You know, they're probably even pressuring him.
It says his servants' hearts are being hardened also.
So they're all just like, dude, no, we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Screw them guys.
Yeah, I
like,
bet you
we're
every
not
time
letting
it
them
stops, they're like, see, he's not so bad. It's not so strong. Not that
Yeah,
powerful.
you can. All you have to do is lie, and they'll stop it.
Right.
And we're fine. We don't have to concede to this God. We don't have to concede to the Hebrews, which is nuts. It's just doing battle because they're all polytheistic. They're worshiping fallen and the fallen's offspring, and it's just what they're used to. It's what they have, like a whole thing around it, and to break that away from them so that they will serve the God of Abraham is just it's gonna be war. It's gonna be an all-out bloody total war over the gods, and it's freaking nuts. Want me to pick up for you?
Yes, please.
All right. Exodus chapter 10. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that I might show these my signs before him, and that thou mayest tell in the ears of thy son and of thy son's son what things I have wrought in Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, that ye may know how that I am the Lord. And Moses and Aaron came in unto Pharaoh, and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, God of the Hebrews, How long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow I will bring locusts into thy coast, and they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to see the earth, and they shall eat the residue of that which is escaped, which remaineth unto you from the hail, and shall eat every tree which groweth for you out of the field. And they shall fill thy houses, and the houses of all thy servants, and the houses of all of the Egyptians, which neither thy fathers nor thy fathers' fathers have seen since the day that they were upon the earth unto this day. And he turned himself and went out from Pharaoh. And Pharaoh's servants said unto him, How long shall this man be a snare unto us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord their God. Knowest thou not yet that Egypt is destroyed? And Moses and Aaron were brought again unto Pharaoh. And he said unto them, Go, serve the Lord your God. But who are they that shall go? And Moses said, We will go with our young, and with our old, and with our sons, and with our daughters. With our flocks and with our herds will we go, for we must hold a feast unto the Lord. And he said unto them, Let the Lord be so with you, as I will let you go. For your little ones, look to it, for evil is before you. Not so. Go now, ye that are men, and serve the Lord, for that ye did desire. And they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Egypt, and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail hath left. And Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, and the Lord brought an east wind upon the land all that day, and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts. And the locusts went up over all the land of Egypt, and rested in all the coasts of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them there were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall there be such.
So I was like, why did they get hit with the plague when Pharaoh said that they could go for a second? And then I realized, just wanted to clarify, that it's because Pharaoh's saying only the men can go. Yep. I know you just said you wanted to take everybody, but only the men can go.
Yep. It wasn't exactly what God wanted, which is for all of the Hebrews to go. All of them.
Yeah, we got to get them
Tall,
the fuck out.
Small, old, young, cattle, possessions, all of it needs to go.
Yep. Because they're not coming back.
For they covered the face of the whole earth. Okay, yep. For they covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened. And they did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. And there remained not any green thing in the trees, or in the herbs of the field, through all the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and he said, I have sinned against the Lord your God and against you. Now therefore, forgive, I pray thee, my sins only this once, and entreat the Lord your God, that he may take away from me this death only. And he went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord. And the Lord turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away the locust, and cast them into the Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the coast of Egypt. But the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh once again, so that he would not let the children of Israel go. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand towards heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward the heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt for 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. And Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, Go ye, serve the Lord, only let your flocks and your herbs be stayed. Let your little ones go also with you. And Moses said, Thou must give us also sacrifice and burnt offerings, that that we may sacrifice unto the Lord our God. Our cattle also shall go with us. There shall not be a hoof be left behind. For therefore must we take to serve the Lord our God. And we know not with what we must serve the Lord until we come thither. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. And Pharaoh said unto him, Get thee from me, take heed to thyself, see my face no more. For in that day thou seest my face, thou shalt die. And Moses said, Thou hast spoken well, I will see thy face no more.
It's crazy that it took him this long to threaten his life. So, like,
Right?
the Bible doesn't really touch on it. That movie, Prince of Egypt, does a great job of establishing the story before it happens. And actually, the movie, since it's for kids, kind of like montages through all of these like miracle plagues.
Yeah.
But Pharaoh and Moses were like brothers. They grew up together because this Pharaoh is the son of the Pharaoh that would have raised Moses, because
Yeah.
Moses was found by his daughter. So that's one of the reasons why he's getting so much slack.
Yeah.
Is because he's kind of like his brother.
He knows him well, and so it's kind of like a familiarity. Right. And so maybe it's almost like a battle between that, because Moses is pretty much abandoned his family that raised him and is going with the Hebrews, which are his people. So he chose his people over the people that raised him. And so there's that layer of it. And then there's also that Pharaoh has been brought up in the pantheon with the priests and the magi, instructing him and teaching him and tutoring him in the matters of the spirit and of the gods. And then going into the Hebrews with Moses, and he's already went against Pharaoh in leaving for the Hebrews, and then to see the Hebrews' God just slaughtering his pantheon, it's kind of like a cognitive dissonance, really. Like, he's having such a huge ego death here, he's the Pharaoh. Nobody challenges the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh gets what he wants. He rules, and he is seen as a god on earth, really.
Right. Yeah.
So
I was gonna say that, like, placed by
there
gods.
is this. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, this is a challenge to his divinity, into his rule, into everything he's known, and to his legitimacy, his very legitimacy, and the decision that he made in bringing Moses into his home, into his life.
Right.
It's not hard to see, really, why he was hardened about this. It's kind of what would be. It's what it would be. All right, so chapter 11 here. And the Lord said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one more plague upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. So this is speaking to, like, the fact that all of these all of these plagues and all of these displays, these miracles, these plagues, they are being done in the entire land of Egypt, and for all of them to see. So all of the people, that's what I mean. The Pharaoh was pissed about this. The Magi, they're pissed. That's why they're like, oh, you can make the river red? Me too. Oh, frogs? Yeah, we can do that too. It's why they're doing all of that, is because they wanted to keep control. They wanted to keep control of the people, but the people now are siding with Moses. it's a flop, and
Yeah.
it's totally destroying the legitimacy of the throne for Egypt, and it's insane. All right. And Moses said, "Thus saith the Lord, about midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservants that is behind the mill, and all the firstborns of the beasts." There was one more thing I wanted to say too, where the Egyptian or the Hebrews were told to borrow jewels of silver and jewels of gold from their neighbors. So they're interlocked with the Egyptians. They're living
Yeah.
with the Egyptians. So basically,
They're asking from the
God
Egyptians.
told them, yes, to borrow in air quotes because it ain't borrowing at this point. Borrow all of the silver and gold that you can get.
And God gave them favor, so they got the
Yes.
silver and the gold because God gave
Yes.
them favor, and because Moses is scary at this point and esteemed
Yeah.
because he was
Yes.
like royalty at one point.
Yeah, man. So it's another heist. It's like God's like, all right, we're gonna make sure you guys are all set once we get you out of here, because now he's actually gonna let you guys go. So borrow everything you can and get ready for Exodus. It's insane. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there were none like it, nor shall there be any more like it. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And all these thy servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee. And after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. Exodus chapter 12. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep, or from the goats. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood, and strike it on a two-side post, and on the upper doorpost of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden with at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. So this is all Passover ritual here.
That's it. That's it. That's what God says to do for Passover.
For
Unleavened
I will
bread.
pass, yep, and
Well, no,
lamb.
we'll establish the celebration later in Leviticus, I think.
Unblemished lamb.
This is just the actual Passover.
Yeah, the Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and I will smite the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. Baller. That's real alpha freaking stuff right there. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you, when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. Serious stuff. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation. And in the 7th day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. So basically saying,
Prepare
there's
your
a
food
holy
ahead of time.
Yes, there's
Don't
like
do
a
any
holy
work.
precedent. So make sure that you get your stuff before this date. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore ye shall observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 1 and 20th day of the month. Not the 21st, just the 1 and 20th. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened. In all of your habitations shall you eat unleavened bread.
How many
Then
times?
Moses called.
It's really important. He really cares about that.
He's like, yeast is no good, dog.
Do not let that shit rise.
Get it out of your house, because if you eat it, you're cut off from the trust fund. All right. Then Moses called out for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out of that door of this house until the morning. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, the Lord will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto the houses to smite you. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass, when ye become to the land which the Lord will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, what mean ye by this service? That ye shall say, it is in sacrifice to the Lord's Passover. who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed the head and worshipped. And the children of Israel went away and did as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron. So did they. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne, unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all of his servants, and all of the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in the land of Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night, and said, Rise up, and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go serve the Lord as ye have said. And take your flocks and your herds as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people, that they might send them out of the land in haste. For they said, We be all dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold in raiment.
Can I just say that it's BS to say that, like, oh, we eat the unleavened bread because the Israelites didn't have time to let the bread leaven.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Because they had to leave so quick. God said it 27 fucking times.
Yeah.
You're to eat unleavened bread. But even right here, it makes it sound like, and the people took their dough before it was leavened. Bitch, they were told not to leaven it. Like, what are we talking about?
They're told not to leaven it. I mean, maybe God wanted them not to leaven it because he knew that they were going to be leaving quickly, but even still, it just doesn't make sense to me. It just seems like he's like, no, it's do not leaven the bread.
Yeah.
Like, symbolically, the fact that you wouldn't leaven the bread just means that either you didn't have yeast, or I guess that you were trying to do it quickly, like you were trying to skip a step to make bread. But it's also like bread is better when it's leavened, right? It's like airier, it's fluffier, it's more tasteful.
Right.
So it's almost like a sacrifice. You're like sacrificing a little bit of that joy, but you're still getting the nutrients. You're still getting the bread, the actual bread. You're getting that. So it's like it's almost like a sacrament in a way.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Children of Israel arraignment, and the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men, besides children. That's insane.
Yeah.
600,000 on foot.
That is insane. It's absolutely preposterous.
They looted Egypt, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, they sacked Egypt
and they
without raising a sword.
Imagine they would have left behind, because already they were more numerous than the Egyptians. So before the death of every single firstborn and all the death that would have happened from the pestilence and the animals and the boils and the lice and the flies and the locust, you would have figured if they're 600,000, at most 500,000, 550,000. After all of this death, they gotta be down to 400, 300.
Yeah, probably more like freaking half a mil or a quarter of a mil.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dude, they decimated. It's and what's truly like just I'm in awe about, really, is the fact that they killed themselves. They killed themselves, really. They just wouldn't let the Hebrews go. Like, there
Right.
wasn't a war other than between gods.
Right.
That's it. There was a
Yeah.
war between gods, and it totally destroyed a nation
Yeah.
and gave another nation life.
Yep.
And it's just massive. It's truly massive.
That's insane.
And a mixed multitude went up also with them, in flocks and herds, and even very much cattle. So 600,000 people marching, and cattle,
Yeah.
and flocks and herds.
Yep.
Like, dude, imagine that many people moving. The ground's like quaking.
Yeah, nothing I've ever seen does it justice.
No. Like, I don't think there's a camera lens, fisheye lens, freaking wide enough to capture that many people in the scope and scale of this movement. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. Wow. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day it came to pass, that all the hosts of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. So they were sojourning in Egypt,
Yeah, 430 years.
like in the desert, the surrounding areas, in the
Goshen,
peripheral.
the land of Goshen.
Yeah. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out of the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall be no stranger eat thereof. Stranger eat thereof. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth aught the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised. And then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. Thus did all the children of Israel. And the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass the selfsame day that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies.
We're going to call it there.
Yeah, buddy.
Now they're out. They're out.
They
and
did
about.
it!
They did it!
They did it!
God. Yeah, God did it.
Yeah, the Lord did it. He did battle against a pantheon of lowercase g gods, absolutely wrecked them
Yeah.
in the face of all to see, and made Pharaoh look like a little bitch.
Little
Sorry to
bitch.
say. Little bitch. Yeah, that is a fantastic story. That is the story that needs to be read every Easter.
Yeah.
This is Easter from now on, the first 12 chapters of Exodus.
There's a little bit more, I would
It's-
say. A little bit more.
I mean,
Next time when we
Yeah.
come back, these 3 episodes, you can just watch them every Easter.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a Passover ritual. Watch these 3 episodes.
Heck yeah. I'm all about that action.
But we won't figure out what to actually do for Passover until we get to Leviticus, when God tells them what the holidays are.
So maybe what we'll do in the future, once we do get forward and get Leviticus under our belt with all of these Passover traditions, maybe what we'll do is we'll release like a paired up episode. We'll kind of put one together, and it's going to be our Passover reclaiming of Easter
Oh, yeah.
super mash episode.
For sure.
Where we give it to you straight. We give you all the things that you need, which we're not actually giving them. We're just bundling it. God gave them to you.
Right.
I mean, you could read the Bible and do it yourself, but we would like to bring forth something to help if we can. If we can. If you'll let us, people.
If you will like, follow, subscribe on
Absolutely.
Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast, all those places, then, you can just keep up with what we got going on over here. Because we ain't going to stop. We going to keep it going.
Yes.
We enjoy being on this journey with you guys. See you
That's
next
a fact.
time.
God bless.